Hi all, Savitri here. So I just recorded the majority of this video and I had my microphone on the table. So here I am again saying hi, and I'm really glad to be here again. So recently somebody had plucked out of my last video a Ram Dass quote that I shared, and it was this. The late Ram Dass, my spiritual teacher, said when he was addressing the problems that people were having letting go of addictions, especially drug addictions, things like that. And he responded to a student by saying this: you don't have to be so quick to cut off the head of all your attachments and addictions. Honor the incarnation, he said. Don't rush the trip. Wow. So I'd like to ask you right now to take a moment to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out, and really let those words settle in. Don't be so quick to cut the head off of all your attachments and addictions. Honor the incarnation. Don't rush the trip. And I'd like to ask you right now to take a moment to find out in your body, below any preconceived ideas or knee-jerk reactions in your body, how do you feel when you hear that? How does that feel? And I'd love to know in the comments how that feels. So I'm going to ask you to open your eyes now if you haven't already. And I want to acknowledge that there are going to be a lot of different reactions out there. Some are going to feel deeply uncomfortable with it, maybe even angry, especially depending on the history, the trauma around addictions, attachments, what those look like, how, quote, severe they are. However, for some of you, I'm wondering if you're feeling any relief, a little lightness. And another thing that Ram Dass also said in this talk later on was, when you're wanting to heal attachments and addictions, there are going to be times, I'm paraphrasing, there are going to be times when you see that inkling, that wanting come up, or that attachment, that addiction to play it out, indulge, whatever. And it's going to play out. And then there are other times when that mindfulness is going to be just enough and you're not going to play it out. You're going to disengage, whether that's easy or not so easy. But regardless of the outcome of your process in that moment, the light of your awareness on it, on what's coming up, on your process, being mindful of it, is enough for the healing to happen. It's happening. It's playing out. Now, Ram Dass, as I always experienced him, took the long view. For him, from where he stood, from where he sat, this human existence is one stop along the way. We really are those spiritual beings in the human form. There's not a rush, not even in this lifetime. However, for some people that can be devastating to hear. They don't want to see themselves or others, or experience themselves and see others suffering and in pain, or doing things that are destructive to their life. There is a truck coming. Oh, I love this truck. Sometimes wave to the truck drivers, the garbage man. Okay, so back. And there are going to be a lot of different experiences out there. Now, I don't want to invalidate anybody's experience. If you have had trauma around attachments, addictions within yourself or in your family, friend circle, this can be a really touchy subject. And whatever you feel is valid and perfect. And I'm not here to change or anyone's mind or convince anyone of anything. However, in the event that this brings you peace and relief, let it. It can be so challenging in this era that really emphasizes personal growth and development and transformation, manifestation, depending on the circles that you're in. And there are a lot of influencers out there living their dream life, glowing up, transcending all these things they used to do that weren't serving them. And that's amazing. And don't get me wrong. When the time comes and is ripe and you're ready and wanting to practice letting go, and you let go, or it spontaneously is gifted to you, just the release to the attachment, to the addiction, it's beautiful. It's amazing. That's great. But if there are times when you reach for that addiction, no matter how destructive society tells us that is, and it plays itself out, we don't need to add a second arrow onto that pain by labeling it. You can let it be okay. And remember that it's okay not to cut the head off of every attachment and addiction so fast. Maybe your incarnation needs to play this out. And I'm not only talking about addictions and attachments that are going to really deeply impact the immediate health of your physical body or mind. I'm also talking about attachments to more subtle things, depending how you look at it, like fame, being seen, like being a feisty activist, or being a high energy, defensive attorney, or being a really controversial politician, like whatever it is. Like those are attachments, those are forms, those are addictions. And maybe your soul is here to play that out, because in the vastness of consciousness, in the vastness of the universe, it's all about experience here. It's about the universe experiencing itself and unfolding in itself and witnessing it, experiencing it through you, through me, through the trees, through the stones, with their consciousness vibrating and being stepped on. I don't know. But it's all, ultimately, it's all perfect and it's all okay. Now, I was at an Al-Anon meeting once. It was a really interesting experience if you've not ever participated in one. Maybe you have. And there was a gentleman there relaying a story about his son's addiction to alcohol and potentially other things. And he was aware that his son was homeless. And they had tried to help over the years, but he was following the steps of Al-Anon, and he'd come to this sort of peace inside. And I remember him saying that now he can have those gentle moments inside himself where he can contemplate the mysterious beauty of his son's life. Yeah, right? Imagine that, like you're driving around and you see your son homeless on the street, not sure what condition they're in, and you're able to stop and come within yourself and connect with that. Wow. I'm interested. What comes up for you there? Yeah, let me know down in the comments about the Al-Anon story and what you think. So, again, I think this video is providing an opportunity for us to dive into the crazy wisdom, we could call it. Because, yeah, some parts of society are going to say, no, it's not okay to have attachments and addictions, especially if they're like the, quote, severe kinds, like to drugs, alcohol, and it's totally not okay. But there is a certain tension that is in that statement, and I know this is a sensitive topic, but I'm asking myself and all of us to be full of heart, full of courage right now, and to just be with this idea, both in those really intense situations, scenarios, but also when it comes to like playing things out in our own lives. Like maybe we need to be in this certain relationship that like we know isn't good for us, or maybe we need to, you know, again, really want fame, maybe want to make a lot of money. But does that make us less spiritual? Does that make us less evolved? Is that wrong? You know, again, it's all about our intention, our awareness, how much pain and suffering it's going to cause. And honestly, there can be joys to have in the tumult of a journey that's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to like play out this role and I'm going to be a feisty activist and like get angry and like stressed out all the time. And like everybody sucks who like doesn't think the way I do and they're all jerks, you know. And that's fine, you know. Sometimes we need to play that out, you know. Maybe we just need to feel seen. We need to feel heard. We need to feel those emotions and to act on them and forget our essence for a minute. And it's okay, is all I'm saying. Now, the moment that you're ready to move on from that, that's amazing. You know, that's amazing too. Not more, not less, just different. So it's okay to play it out, but the key for healing, for growth, is just know it. You know, just know you're playing it out. And I think that in and of itself is healing. It is, it's healing. And it's also enough for that attachment. It's going to play itself out. You know, whether it happens all in your lifetime, who knows? But it's going to play itself out. And when it's done, it'll release. Maybe even on its own. Or you'll release it with a little willpower, if that exists. All right, everybody. Oh, this was rich. And I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences around attachments, addictions, what your process looks like. And if you found this video helpful or you gained some value and you just want to support the channel in general, please push all the buttons. My friend said that recently and I loved it. Give it a thumbs up. Share it on your Facebook page or whatever you've got. And subscribe. Why not? You know? Support the channel and me and you and all this goodness that we're exploring together. All right, everybody. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. All right, take care. Bye.